Okay, we are good to go. Everybody should be all lined up. We're fine. And welcome to the stream. Do I have my gold on here? Please tell me I have gold. Oh, I do. We are looking in shape. All right, we're in shape. We're good to go. All right, tonight we are doing test pilot mode. What is test pilot mode? What's up, Colleen, Bayo, Jenny? How are you? Test pilot mode is just what it sounds like. We are experimenting with some new test pilot versions, and we're going to see how it goes. So the first theme I'm going to work on is called the Aurora Borealis. And the Aurora Borealis is basically going to be exactly what it sounds like. It's going to be a darker background with a Aurora Borealis look to it. And I might not have grabbed as much color as I need at the moment. I think I got enough here to get through a few pieces. I think we're okay at the moment. Yeah, we'll be okay at the moment. So yeah, tonight is Aurora Borealis, and then we're going to choose some other direction. So I am designing for this next year, this year, 2026. And we're putting together a lineup for the 2026 year. I'm a little behind, but Christmas was crazy. So I have an excuse. Yeah, these are my normal glasses tonight. They are. What's up, Bayo? Matt, what's happening? And KCH is on. Lori, thank you for the heart me and the Go Popular. All right, so yeah, tonight is going to be a lot of fun. What's up, Cruisin'? Dragonfly, how are you? All right, let's get this put together. I'm going to need this for sure. We're going to do some chunky stuff. I'm not doing the marbles too big, though, for the prototypes. Ooh, that has some garbage on it. Hold on. Ooh. That definitely has some garbage on it. Not pretty. There we go. Much better. What's up, Sarah? How are ya? And we got Red Squeak and Dale. How are you? Okay, there we are. So we're going to start, we're going to use some of the extensions here. I get to use up some of this glass, so I'm pretty happy. We're all good. And that should stop it from bending right there. We should be good to go. Oh, no, it's still bending. Even though it looks cold, it still bends. I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, how the heck is everybody? Tonight we are test pilot mode. And that's what I call this when I start getting into this version. I call it the test pilot. And we're just kind of experimenting with different techniques and different items. What's up, Don? Ron, how are you? So yeah, we are in test pilot mode. It's either going to work and we're going to be a hero, or it's going to crash and burn. That's why I call it test pilot. It either works or it just burns. Crash and burn. All right, we are good. Let's get this thing started. There. There we are. Let's get it. I can't get that out of my head now from when that short video took off. Jenna, thank you. Or Janine, sorry. I thought it said Jenna. It's Janine. Thank you for the happy poop. Am I making a bubble? No, we're going to make a small Aurora Borealis marble to start with. And I call it the Aurora Borealis because it should look like the Aurora Borealis. We're going to use the back end of this so I can kind of give you a little version of what it should look like. See all the, well, no, you're not going to get that. See all the greens running through there hidden? So it should look like it has all this hidden green running through. And so under a black light, you're going to see the Aurora Borealis. And then during day, it'll just look normal. But normal isn't going to be normal. Thank you, Bayo. Yeah, normal is not normal. It should look exceptional when I get done. All right, so we're going to build up a little bit of a base here. Not going to make these too big. Again, this is the tester versions, so I don't want to go monstrous with it. But it should give me a good idea of colors and how they swirl, they interact with each other. Some crazy combinations and some not so crazy. And here we go. I probably should have got the bigger flame engaged, but we'll do that next round. We'll do it on the next one. I don't even know what that is, laughing time. Have no clue. Not a clue. All right, a little bit more. We're not going to go too big on this. And then I think we're going to do a actual glow-in-the-dark marble tonight. We'll make one that actually glows in the dark. And figure out a cool design for that as well. Not just black light, but true glow-in-the-dark. We're just going to have some fun. This is about fun. All right, a little bit more. And there. So this should give me a good, roughly a 2-inch marble. That's a good size for marbles. It'll give me a good tester, enough surface area to kind of judge it with. But not too much where it takes forever to make it. What's up, Shade Tree? How are ya? What's up, Larry? Yeah, we are definitely doing new. This is, like I said, we're going to go for the Aurora Borealis look tonight. And it's going to be one of those hidden features. So as you see the marble, it won't appear to have anything special to it until you hit it with a little black light, and then you can show the Aurora Borealis actually in the marble. And that's going to be the signature of it. So like this one here, I'm going to try and get it right about there. It's going to be hard. It's not picking it up right there. There. You can see a little bit of that green buzzing through. There. See the little green spots coming through, the little wisps? That's what we're going to do. We're going to add little wisps in there, but it shouldn't look like it all the time. It should just be there when we need it. And so we're going to bring this down. And this is our chunk. This is what we're going to start with. And we're going to apply black to begin with. This is a sparkle black. And it has a little bit of a shimmer to it, like diamonds. We're just going to lay this down. It's going to totally change appearance here very soon. But this is how we're going to start out. A little bit more here. And one more here. I think we need to add a little bit more. The primary color of this should be the base of black. And then we'll add the accent colors to it. I'm just going to rip this down pretty fast. Stick and rip. There we are. So this is our primary color that we have going down. This is a black with a diamond shimmer to it. While I'm at this point, we are going to engage the third, just in case we need it. All right, next color is a very special color. This is the blue-green sparkle. So this has lots of little wisps of blue and green in it. We're going to bring it down and just add it into certain sections. Right there. One right here. Did I put one there? Yeah, there it is. So there is another color on there. Right now it just looks like we're creating an Easter egg. But that's all about to change. Then we're going to take the electrum. This is the liquid metal version of the glass. We're going to lay that down. And that will give us a tremendous amount of fun sparkle running through it. Now this goes a long way, so we're going to lay it down in certain sections. What I mean by it goes a long way means it spreads around super long, like it goes a long way. It can be diluted by quite a bit. And you'll still see the color. Some colors are very diluted on their own. And then when you kind of wisp them around in stripes, they disappear. This is not one of those colors. Just want to make sure we're even all the way around. Got some right there. Right there. This definitely goes a long way. Anyway, how the heck is everybody doing? What's happening? What's up, Laura? L to the B in the house. How are you doing? What's up, Zay? Okay, now we go into the special sauce, which is going to be the uranium and the amber purple. Yeah, let's get the uranium on first. So the uranium is the secret sauce to getting the Aurora Borealis. Now this will be probably one of my signature pieces for 2026. I can already see it in my head. I already know what it's supposed to look like. And it is definitely going to be a signature piece. Even if this one doesn't come out, I'm going to make it a signature piece. We are making Aurora Borealis this year. I am not failing. There we go. Yeah, I am not going to fail at making the Aurora Borealis this year. And there. All right, we're good. Lots of uranium on there. Yes, welcome in. Fidel, what's happening? Happy New Year's to you too. Atomic Adam, how are you? L to the B, it's good to see you. All right, here we go. So we're going to be taking the amber purple at this point and some clear, and we're going to start spiraling it around. We're going to create wisps of fun. Wisps of fun. And let's do it. Who's ready for this? L to the B, thank you for the heart me and the Go Popular. Thank you so much. All right, last look at it before we make it crazy. Y'all ready for crazy? So notice all striping downward. It's all just coming down like a pumpkin. And we're going to change all that up right now. So this color is called amber purple. And it has magical properties to it. And if you would like to see what amber purple does in its full glory, after I get done with this marble, go ahead and let me know in chat that you would like to see a demonstration of this color, not marble. Almost said marble. And we're just coming around. There's a lot of things that are going to happen with this color combo too this year. And there we go. Bringing it through. Almost all the way around. We're almost good. So right now what's happening is I am melting the surface of the marble out. And I'm using this amber purple rod, the color in my hand, to kind of swirl all the colors like finger painting it. And it's blending all those colors I laid down in the first place, the ones going vertical. They're no longer vertical. Yeah, this should look really good. I'm hoping that we have that incredible Aurora Borealis look. So this one has the effect of it. It's just not as strong as I would like. But the next one, this one should have that really intense version. We're going to have to use this one. Of course, I cleaned off my bench and I don't have everything I need. All right, so we're going to mix up a little bit of clear here, and then we're going to spin this thing into beauty. When you get done seeing this, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. It'll even look good before the amber purple takes effect. And because there's not a lot of complications to it, I'll be able to let it kind of cool off in the marble mold and show you the full version of it before we get too far. And I have to crash it in the kiln. So we're just kind of swirling around, creating little tide pools of energy in here. It's one of the two things. It either looks like a tide pool in the water, or it looks like when the sun, I don't remember what telescope they use, when you can see the sun and it kind of looks like it has fur on it. It's really pretty. If you look at the sun through a certain telescope, it looks amazing. Or satellite. I don't know if it's a telescope or satellite, but man, it's absolutely gorgeous. And we got a little bit more, and then we're going to start shaping it up. These are pretty fast. Like I said, we're not going to be too long in these. And one more little spiral over here. I probably should have marked where I started. But I definitely don't see that right here. All right, that's enough. I don't know where I started and stopped, so we're just going to stop there. Bayo, thank you so much for the gift memberships. Oh, the gold fuming on the hummingbird, yeah. No, you could do that with any color. You can add the gold to any color, for sure. Is there a technique that I learned that most hard find hard, but you found easy? Oh. I'm trying to think of what that would be. I don't know. Everybody kind of has their specialty. You know, certain people have certain specialties that they're really good at. For me, I make wings, and I think when I make a wing, it's one of the nicest versions out there in the industry completely. And a lot of people have a hard time making wings. So it's not just hummingbird wings, but dragon wings, fairy wings, butterfly wings, all of that. I find wings to be one of my favorite things to kind of incorporate. And a lot of people struggle with them. But then again, a lot of people can make a horse and I can't. So go figure, right? Twin, thank you so much for the jewels. Regina, thank you so much for the jewels. All right, so now we got this chunky monkey running around here. I'm trying to let it cool off a little so you can see some of the little swirlies going on there. All right, I had to make sure that color wasn't too transparent right there. Thank you, Twin. All right, so we're going to use the filter. The filter is what is in my glasses, the lenses here. So we're going to pop it in, and you're going to see what the filter actually does. Here we go. Look at that. So that is how I see the world right there. And this is without. Now the drawback is, if I left the filter on the camera, that's all you would see. You would miss out on a lot of color. Like, I'm going to put this in front of the here. See how the colors disappear and you can't see that marble anymore? That's why I don't use the filter on the camera, because all that disappears. It changes everything. So, but that's how I see it. I'm just used to it. All right, here we go. We're going to start rounding this out. So I'll explain as we go kind of how a marble's made. We use these graphite molds here. And the mold is a half circle. Not even really a half. It's about a 1/3 circle. The first initial push should be into a mold that it kind of fits into. Okay? Like that. Very satisfying, nice, gratifying little push right there. I got to move this marble. That's taking visual space away, right? We'll pop that there. Look at that glow. All right, so the first push should be into one that it kind of fits into. Like this. Okay? Now, if I switch the rod and I put it on the other side and I try pushing it in, we're going to get a ring like Saturn around the edge. So you don't want to do that either. So once we get that initial push, we're going to transfer the punty to the other side, meaning the holding rod. You'll do just fine. And we're going to kind of get it into the mold over there. But I don't, again, want to push it all the way in. Just kind of want to let it do its own thing. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're just going to attach the punty rod. This is one way that marbles are made. It's not the only way marbles are made, but it is one of the ways. Dusty, thank you so much for the New Year's Eve. Jules, I appreciate it. All right, we're going to take this end here. Rena, thank you. Kim, what's going on? I love showing the process. So, again, my inspiration is Bob Ross. And I'm hoping to inspire other people to be able to do this for a career or just a hobby. And if I happen to do that with a few people, then I've succeeded. It may take me a few years to get a few people on here, but hey, I'm not going to stop trying. Okay, there it is. All right, so I got to take this and we're going to get rid of that little chunky butt right at the end there. We're all adults tonight. I could say chunky butt. What's up, Mike? All right, we're going to kind of just spin that off a little. And we're going to gently pull down a little. Now, one of the things I left on here are little micro spirals. I'm going to see if I can show you in the camera if it shows up. So I'm going to bring it over. It's a very quick, brief shot. So you got to get a good glimpse at it. So right around the edge of that center, not in the center, but right around the edge of it, you should see these little micro spirals right there. They're just little micro spirals. And then they disappear. So right here, there are little spirals right around the edge. How much gas do I go through? 1 million gallons. No, oxygen and propane. I don't go through a lot. I have a mini dragon under my bench, and I just let it do its thing. I feed it a few trolls, and it's happy. Fume, thank you. Toadstool, fume. What is it? Fur. I thought it said fume. Fur, toadstool, thank you. See the white hair? I'm like a Targaryen. I got a pet dragon. I'm a Targaryen. Hi, what's my favorite color glass in combination? Oh, good. Big Earth. Favorite color is by far amber purple. Is 100% amber purple. Combination with amber purple, there are two colors that go with it really good. Cobalt blue, transparent, not super dark, but a medium cobalt, and white. White and amber purple are outstanding colors. I know, see the hair. My hair is supernatural. I do not dye it. No way. This is just the way I am. It's just the way it is. And here we go. So again, we're not going to push it all the way in. Just going to kind of let it rest. See, barely any finger contact on it. Thank you for the super chat too, Big Earth. Big shout out for that. So because you did a super chat, you get to pick the next color, help pick up the next color on the next marble. Sound good? Tonight we are test pilot mode. So for me, test pilot mode, I've used that phrase for a lot of years. It means the glass is either going to live and you're going to be a hero, or it's going to crash and burn. There's no middle ground for it. It either works or it doesn't. So I call it test pilot mode. And right now we're doing test pilot all night. And I'm going to ask people to help out with colors like Big Earth. Irving, I remember. It's Irving, if I remember correctly. Did a super chat, so they get to pick out a color that we're going to use. But I am designing for the 2026 year. We have Valentine's coming up. So a couple things are going to take place. I want to do some really cool Valentine's gifts. Definitely the flowers are always still popular for Valentine's. And I'm booking already time slots for having items made. And if you're not familiar with that, I will make a rose on live stream. And then if you book a time slot, I will mention the person's name that is receiving the flower, the gift, and they will know that that particular flower was made for them on live stream and that it was thought out. It wasn't just a quick purchase. Someone thought to actually do the flower ahead of time. So that I'm already booking that up. We are already getting booked for that. I mentioned it the other night. All right, almost done getting this thing done. Yeah, marbles are a blast to make. And they make really nice paperweights in certain areas. So I consider them really nice desk pieces. So if you happen to work at a desk or a little area where you need a little space, this is good. And then we're going to be implementing the spinner tops again too. Every spinner top will be including a stand this year. So the spinner top's just not laying there doing nothing. So the spinner tops will have a stand. It's going to be a good year. We're going to have some fun stuff. All right, we're going to burn this little nubby off and finish this off, and I'm going to show you all what it looks like. Then we're going to do a little education on amber purple. I'm going to show you the magic of amber purple. Because there is a science behind it, there is a technique, and it is difficult to learn, to get right. You can make amber purple do some changes, but to get it absolutely perfect, takes a little practice. All right, I'm just trying to get this. See, it's got an egg shape. It's not perfect. It's got a damn egg shape. It's annoying. I guess if you wanted a dragon egg, it'd be perfect. There we go. Now see how smooth that spins? That's when you know you got it right. Zero flaws. Perfect. It's not bouncing. It's not jumping up and down. It's not angry at you. I took the side camera off right now because nobody seemed to like it. You guys want to see the side? I can add the side camera. Hold on. I'm going to have you guys vote. Nobody seemed to like the side camera, so I took it off. We'll put it back on. There. See? Magic. All right, so we're going to bring this over, and I'm going to show you the reveal a little bit. Now, this isn't the way it's going to completely look at that. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, how about not black light? There. Look at that. Did I tell you that was going to be beautiful? That's what I'm talking about. This thing is unbelievable. Now, the secret to it is it's going to have the Aurora Borealis, meaning it's going to have the black light effect to it. And I'm going to show that off here in just 1 second. So this tool, made by Dragonfly Creation. If you are a glassblower watching this stream, which I know there are a few, and you do not have this tool, you are missing out. Then we take it here and tap. Boop, off it goes. Sound effects are free. And then you smooth that out. Then let it sit for a second. No dabs. Do I sound like I need dabs? Seriously? Can you imagine what I would be like on any mind-altering things? That would be scary. I do not need any help. There we go. Look at those colors bouncing through. Woo! She's beautiful. Oh man, the amber purple's coming through too. Yeah, I do not need any enhancements whatsoever. Then we're going to take it, pop it in the kiln. All right. 2 things I wanted to show off. We're going to try and get this as close as possible here. It's not showing as well, and I'm really annoyed by it. But what I did there is you can see this, see the little green in there? Man, it's really annoying me. I'm just going to do it this way. I'm not happy with it. There. We're going to get it right up in the camera. There. There. Now you can see all that green coming through. See the little mystical greens coming through? So that marble will have 10 times that green buzzing through it. I just can't reach all the way. So it's just going to have all these little mystical Aurora Borealis lines running through it. This kind of gave me the idea to do that too. And then this has the little space nugget in it. That has the little piece of silicon in there. Little space nugget. With some uranium. Okay, so next version. Oh, we're going to do amber purple. I got to show you the magic of amber purple. We're going to do that right now. This is a tutorial on a very special color. It really is magical, and I'm going to show you just how magical this is. And we're going to turn it into a leaf, which is going to be a magic leaf. Not that kind of leaf either. Definitely not that kind of leaf. All right. So this is the extension. So this is the color right here. Okay. This is worth sticking around. If you got 2 minutes of time, this is worth sticking around. 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes of your time. We're going to use a leaf maker. Yep, magic leaf. All right, so see that right there? It has absolutely no color to it. Well, a slight color. It's got a little tint of like, it's barely even there, see? We're going to kick on a big flame, and we're going to turn it into a ball. And then I'm going to press it into a leaf form. And this color is going to change into the most beautiful combination of colors you could imagine. And it does it through heating and cooling in the flame. So it has to be heated and cooled, heated and cooled, heated and cooled, without remelting the glass. So it has to be heated up to a certain point, cooled back down, heated back up, cooled back down, heated back up, cooled back down. But you don't want to distort the image either. So there's a fine balance in there as well. And that is the trick. Now, depending on the flame chemistry, you can get different colors bouncing through it too. So if you use what's called a reducing flame, heavy propane, light oxygen, you get more of a fuzzy blue color. If you use a heavy oxygen and light propane, you get more of an amber with a purple sheen and blue hue to it. They're two different colors in one. And that is the beauty of it. So here we go. We got the little ball. Okay. Little ball. And we're going to make a magic leaf. You ready? So this is my leaf press. We're going to come through. And 3, 2, 1. Set it in. Give it a little push. Wow, I hit dead center too. All right. Now you can see the leaf impressions in there. Okay. See that? Now comes the magic. That we're going to have to do. So we're going to heat it up a little, and we're going to give it a pull, because I don't like normal leaves. It looks stupid this way, actually. So we're going to heat it up, and this is part of the heating and cooling process. We're going to grab it just at the tip, and we're going to pull down like that. Get that off. Like that. And then going to give it a slight bend, because not many leaves are super straight like this. So we're going to bring it out and just give it a little tiny bend. Like that. Okay, a little bit of curvature. And you can already notice that the color has started to change. Okay, we've already got a little bit of a color change to it. Then we're going to take a knife and we're going to carve into it, because I don't like standard leaf look. So we're going to give it a serrated edge, just for aesthetics. There. And now we got some serrated edges on it. See how much better that looks that way with a little serrated edge? But notice the color has changed, but we're not done yet. So from this point, we're going to use an oxidizing flame. No, not dangerous. So we're going to use a little, it's going to get a little noisy, so be patient with it. This is an oxygen-rich flame. And we just heat it up and let it cool. And notice it got a little bit darker yet again. We're going to do it one more time. And let it heat and cool. Notice how much darker it got yet again. That's about as dark as it goes. Okay, it doesn't get much past that. However, here's the magic. This is why I call it a magic leaf. Y'all ready? Look at the colors. Can you see all the blues coming through? See how it just changed? And that is the purpose of the magic leaf. Now, if I want to get rid of that, I can actually change that color again. So we're going to burn it off. Watch this. So we just did that. Okay, watch this. Well, I'm going to show it again. Now, the color is going to completely change again. Ready for the reveal part? I'm going to show the back end. There. Now it has a little bit more of the purpley amber look. It's a slight variation, and you can even see some green in there. Now, this is from the inverse. Trippy, right? And that is why it's my favorite color. It's an older color, but you know what? I'm older too, so the hell with it. But yeah, what is in amber purple to cause it the color changes? Infused? It is infused with something, so I know that it has silver. Okay, there's definitely silver in it to create that. But I think it's germanium that is also the other primary ingredient for the color changing. I'm not 1,000% sure. My friend owns the company. My friend Abe owns the company, and I've never really asked him like what's in it. Because it kind of seems like a little intrusive. Hey man, tell me your secret formula. So we're going to put a hook on this and call it a pendant. I was thinking about selling these pendants. I think they're kind of cool pendants, to be honest. Especially when they're doing their little blingy thing with color changing. I think they're cool. All right, we're going to flatten this out for a hook. And I like a clear hook, okay? The hook should not distract from the actual leaf. So I do it out of clear. I think the hook should be almost invisible. So we're going to flatten that out, grab it. And give it a loop. When you do these loops, it should be a shepherd's hook to start off with. Okay? You don't want to loop it all the way around. Just a basic push like that. And Beo, since you also did a super chat, you're going to help pick out one of the colors on the next marble too. So we got Irving. I think it's Irving. Big Irv. Irv, I'm sorry if I messed it up. My memory is not as good as it used to be. But just remember that I remembered that your name is on there. And then we're going to loop it through. So I make the loop a little bigger too, because some people like gigantic chains running through here. And a lot of people love to make hemp necklaces with it. So like a hemp cord, I know a lot of hemp artists out there that make hemp necklaces. And this works perfect for that. It absolutely works perfect. Tiffany, you would like to buy a leaf or two? Absolutely. Message me at the Fiery Guy and we can make the leaf or two for you online. In fact, we can make a special leaf since you were so cool with it. We'll put a little uranium in them. We'll give it a little secret glow. How's that sound, Tiffany? You can still do the amber purple and have a secret uranium dabble with it. All right, so we kind of let it cool off a little. Look how smooth it is. I'm going to show you the lighting in it one more time here. Check it out. Isn't that just gorgeous? And then the front should have that bluey look. They just constantly evolve. Yeah, definitely. Tiffany, we can definitely hook you up with the leaves, for sure. Thefieryguy.com. Message me. I got you. We would even throw uranium in there so it would pop really nice. Like secret sauce. All right, we'll do one more little amber purple version because I do want to show you something also on it. One more little test here. We're just going to do a flat disc though. So I'm going to squish it and I'm going to show you how it looks with clear and the other side. Yeah, I know Red Squeak. Red Squeak knows what this is about. She's got this. All right, so we're going to get this really, really hot. So the trick is when you do first melt this, it has to be super hot. Okay, it has to be incredibly hot. More than normal. We're going to take some squishies. Okay. This is going to be the best version. Okay, see how transparent it is? Okay, looks like I got a little dot on my forehead. This is how fast and awesome it changes. Here we go. So we're going to use an oxidizing flame, little rich in oxygen. It's cooled off a little. We're going to buzz it in the flame. It doesn't take much. Okay, we got first version. Look how it just went dark. Okay, pretty trippy. And then we come back in, buzz it again. And it just went darker yet. And we're going to buzz it again. And now it's at its really nice dark point. And then the reveal, like I said, this wasn't going to take long. Here we go. You can't even see it, right? Boom. Is that beautiful or is that freaking beautiful? And then from the backside, amber. And blue. And that is why it is called amber purple. No, I did not do good in chemistry. But you ready to be amazed? One last little bit, and then we're going to get on to the next marble. Then we can make it clear again. Now it's clear. So if you mess it up, you can fix it. Now it's back to clear. And that's what I'm talking about, like that. Trippy, right? So it went clear, amber, blue, purple, and back to clear. All right, so we got Big Irv and Bale who get to pick out some colors. You guys give me a color. Big Irv and Bale, you guys sent some super chats, and I said I would do that. So send me some color. Give me a color. Give me a color to work with. I dare you. Shit, I'm in a weird mood. Sorry. This is a kid-friendly channel. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to pull this little bit off here. Oh, Big Herbs. Fluorescent blue or purple. Okay, we got purple. We can do that. And Beo says either green or amber purple. Okay, we're going to do some purple and we're going to do some green. And we're going to blend those in there. And to top it all off, because we're doing purple and green, we're going to add in gold, which will give a pink. So we're going to have purple, green, and then we're going to have a little bit of a white base and pink to it. So we're going to have 4 colors. This is going to be a good combo. And thank you for the super chats. That's why I figured if you're willing to put that up there, I'm going to let you pick out some colors. Okay, that is amber purple. Crap. So this is the mistake. See, it looks like it's clear, but it's actually amber purple. Okay, so next step is not to have that sound. There we go. I know, it's like back in shop class. That's what I'm saying. I love audience participation. Yeah, we're going to be doing green. It is going to be the pert green, yes. No, I don't do Prince Rupert's drops. Bad idea. I don't even know why they call it Prince Rupert's drops. Anybody know why they call it Prince Rupert's drop? Sounds like a venereal disease. Prince Rupert's drop. Doesn't that sound like a venereal disease? I think it does. That'll stop you from asking. But even is my job is here to entertain you. Now, I make a lot of glass. Right now, this is the evening melt. And my job tonight is to create new items and have fun and show experimentation with blown glass that you have never seen before. During the day, I have my daily grind, which is where I'm making production items that people have bought, purchased, and I'm making so that I can sell them and get them out the door. So during the day, it is my daily grind. At night, we are free to make whatever the heck we want. All right, so we got a little bit of a bobble here. I need to even this out so it doesn't look like a bowling pin. And then we're going to start with the white as a base. And then we'll start adding the other colors. And we're going to blend it just like we did the previous one. There we go. Unlike Donkey Kong. We're going to make a cool marble. So right now I'm testing out some marbles for 2026. We're doing some designs, and I call it test pilot mode because it's either going to crash and burn or it's going to be completely awesome. There will be no in between on this. It's either going to work or it's going to be awful. So that's why I call it test pilot. I've called it test pilot for like 30 years. I look like a pyro mad scientist that likes, I do like Rammstein. I love Rammstein. Hell yeah. I can't understand a damn word they're saying, but I love the music. I can't understand anything they're saying, but I love the music. Hell yeah, Rammstein. Yeah, I can't understand a damn word. Stephanie comes out. She speaks fluent German, and she comes out listening to me, having me listen. She's like, "What are you listening to?" I go, "I don't know. Sounds cool." She's like, "Do you know what they're saying?" I'm like, "Nope, don't care. I'm all good." Watch is telling me to stand up. Ich will. That's right. Ich will. Actually, I like. I can't. I'm gonna butcher the name. Firefly. I love that song. And I do like Mutter. Mutter is a good song too. All right, so we're coming across with white all the way around. Kind of looks like a bird cage. All right, we're going to add in a little extension on here. Yeah, I could not speak German at all. Like I said, Stephanie comes out, she hears me listening to them, and she's like, "What are you listening to?" All right, here we go. But I kind of like different music all the way around, though. So I have a big repertoire of things I like. Love Johnny Cash. Absolutely love Johnny Cash. Buddy Holly was fantastic. Alice in Chains. Here we go. Coming through. And bringing it down. All the way around. Just trying to fill in the gaps. It's going to be like my self-portrait, all white. All right. So there we are on all the white all the way around. There's a little bit of gaps in between, but that's okay. So we're going to grab the special green. I know I have some in here. Yep. This is the shimmer green. Alice in Chains special with the original singer. Yeah. So Alice in Chains probably has the best unplugged when MTV was doing unplugged. I think Alice in Chains has the absolute best unplugged ever. They were like on it that night. They were bringing it down. So here's the green. I'm going to put one more in here. All right, so now we got green on here. I think MTV did go off the air. I'm so old, though. I remember when they actually had no commercials. A lot of people don't know that for a while MTV had 0 commercials. That was the original premise, no commercials. And it started with, I think it was 2 brothers that had a major inheritance. Yeah, that happens. They had a major inheritance, and they were going to blow all their money on running music videos until they ran out of money. And then little did they know that they created a little monster station, and they sold it for a ton of money when they ran out of money. But yeah, it was 2 brothers. It was a big inheritance. And they said they were just going to run music until they ran out of money. All right, so this is a very special purple. This is tanzanite purple. It's a very pretty color when it's not blowing up. We're going to add it on here. And it's going to look really good next to the green and on top of the white. And then after this, we're going to do the, I think I'm going to throw a little uranium in it too. Uh-oh. That did not sound good. I felt the rod crack a little, so I'm a little nervous it's going to fall off. I'm going to keep my hand away from anywhere it could land. Oh, it's still cracking. Stop it. All right. Made it through it. So the next trick we're going to do here, this is by far one of the coolest things I've ever done. Ever work with peach opal? Yes. Hi, Ray. What's happening? What's up, Ray? So we're going to gold fume it. And gold fuming is a process where we superheat the gold. It turns to a gas. It's going to use the flame as a conduit to land onto the base of here. The basic chunky monkey version of this. Okay, ready? So I'm going to show it to you right now. We've got just white, purple, green running through. Now that purple will come in a little darker as it cools. It's very transparent right now. It's like amber purple. And on the end of this is a little chunk of gold. I'm going to try and bring it up so you can actually see it. Right there. See that little nugget? It just shows up every once in a while right there. Anyway, there's a little chunk of gold. We're going to vaporize that gold in the flame. And it's going to transfer onto the piece. It's a very quick process, though. Here we go. Essentially, it is gold plating the glass. Oop. Don't fall off. There we are. Now check it out. Can you see the gold on there now? That golden sheen. We'll bring out the flashlight again. So this is a really cool process. It's getting super expensive now, though. The amount of gold. See how it just kind of has that golden sheen to it now? It turned all the white glass to pink. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. Looks like a tulip, right? All right, we're going to encase that gold by trapping it down. And then we're going to add some uranium and mix it all up. So everywhere I'm putting this clear rod, it's trapping the gold. It's kind of like putting tinfoil in between two sheets of glass. It's just basically encasing a very small, minute amount of it. Here we go. Thank you all for participating in my test pilot phase. It's so much fun to have people around when I do this. Because it's kind of hard when I start going through all the experimentation phases and there's nobody around to show it to. It makes it rough. You're like, look, and there's nobody to show it to. Except Fritz, he doesn't care. Fritz is my dog. Fritz will look at me like, big deal. Where's my ball? That's all Fritz cares about. Where's my ball? We got some uranium here. We're going to pop more uranium in there. We're going to hide it in. There's a lot of color bouncing through this thing. Holy moly. I think I need to add a little bit more. Give me 1 second here. So yeah, I call this test pilot mostly because it is a crash and burn, or it's a good. You're going to be a hero with it. There are some instances where it crashes and burns. I know Fritz is probably like, I could do that. No kidding, right? And here we go. A little bit more uranium. This should be epically beautiful. I'm really liking the colors. Big Irv and Bayo picked out some beautiful colors to go together. By the way, in my bio on, I don't know if I have it on TikTok yet. What's up, Miss V? I do have a Discord channel. If you guys want to join the Discord, you can. You're more than welcome to join my Discord. I'm going to start using that a little more and interacting with everybody via Discord too. Okay. So we got all the colors running around vertically right now. Okay, everything is running around vertically. So now we're going to do the swirls. We're going to blend everything up, and hopefully it looks good. Wish me luck. So again, this is test pilot phase. So what are some of more of my favorite musicians? Oh, wow. I do like Ozzy. I'm sad that Ozzy disappeared, passed away. Huge fan of Stone Temple Pilots. They were awesome as well. Who else is on my list of, like, Rob Zombie for sure. And then I've got some mellow stuff too. Some hip hop. All right, we're going to swirl everything around. Oh my God, this is juicy cool. This is actually juicy. Oh, I hate that word though. Reminds me of the clothing. I have a friend, and I do have a friend. He's a little older than me, and his wife came in juicy pants. And I wanted to say something really bad, but I didn't. But I thought I should, but I didn't. So I was like, I don't know about that. Because I promise you'll never catch me in a Speedo. I would not do that to you. I would definitely not do that to you. That'd be a violation. And yeah, like I said, I like Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash was really cool. Buddy Holly was fantastic. I like Buddy Holly's music. And the Beach Boys. To be honest, Beach Boys were cool. I like Beach Boys. That's a violation when anyone does. I don't know. There's some people that can get away with wearing a Speedo. Yeah, I'm not one of them. But when I lived in Florida, there were a lot of people on a beach that should not have been in Speedos. And it seems to be like only in Florida. Piano Man. Actually, two of the guys that the two cellos are actually awesome too. The two cello guys. And Mannheim Steamroller, can't forget that. Love Mannheim. Oh, there we go. All right, we got a lot of combinations swirling around in here. This should be amazing. Oh, thank you, Teresa. You got it. REO Speedwagon? Yeah, definitely. And do you know who's been impressing me? And I know a lot of people probably won't know who he is, but Harry Mack, the guy that can take in random words from people on the street and put it into a rap song. I'm really impressed with that. If you have not seen Harry Mack, you got to go check it out. All right, we got to give a little spiral here. Honestly, it's worth it. Even if you don't like rap, it's worth it to see what he can do with that. You have to give him credit where credit is due. Harry Mack definitely has a skill that not a lot of people have. All right, so we got this little spirally looking thing. You can see all the colors bouncing through now. Now, when this cools off, I'm hoping it looks epic. I'm hoping it looks good. So what we're doing tonight is called the test pilot. This is where I am experimenting with different colors, combos, styles, things. And the reason I call it test pilot is it either makes it and you're a superhero or you're going to crash and burn. One of the two. There's no in between on these pieces. Sorry. And I will show you the alien head we did. Where did I put the alien? Did I misplace the alien? Oh no, here he is. So we made this last night. This was a kind of crash and burn item. Really? There we go. So this is the crash and burn item from last night. It turned out it's a little alien head. Now the alien definitely needs to have a little wider head at the back. It needs to be more egg shaped. But for the most part, it turned out kind of cool. It needs some work, but for a first run, it looks good. For a first shot, that's kind of cool. But it needs a wider head. It needs wider at the top and more tapered triangle at the bottom. But for a first run, that's okay. So yeah, 2026 is going to be a fun year here, with me especially. We have some, I definitely have some cool stuff on the agenda this year. And when summer rolls around, I'm going to open up to a very few people, maybe contest. I don't know how to do it yet, but I can't afford for you to come here. I can't afford for you to fly you here or have you come here with a plane or trip, car, whatever. However, I am going to make a contest where if you win it and you want to come here, you can do a full-on glass experience with me live on YouTube. So I'm going to open it up. I don't know how the rules are going to work, what it's going to look like, how it's going to interact. But if you want to enter, it won't cost you anything, okay? It's not going to cost anything, okay? There's no money involved in that. But I want to do it where subscribers, followers, all that stuff, if you want to be entered into a experience where you make it here, you will spend the day with me and you get to make stuff on YouTube. You have to be willing to be on camera with me. But yeah, that is part of 2026 coming up. That is going to be part of the 2026 adventure. I don't know how to put it together right now. It's going to require some rules. It's going to require some disclosures and some waivers for sure. But yeah, you'll be able to come here and I will guide you through everything from start to finish. And I promise by the end of the session and the day, you will have made your own items. You will have done your own stuff. It's a rare opportunity to come in and get full-on instruction, and it will be other than you have to be able to travel here. That's the one rule. But if you can make it here, it'll certainly be worth it. I am in, the closest city I can mention that people will know is Marysville, Washington, Arlington. I'm about 40 minutes north of Seattle. All right, so we got this melding in right now. So yeah, it'd be 100%. As long as you make it here, there's no other expenses. There's no money involved. I have to make that really clear. No money involved. Okay, so we're going to attach a little doodad here. I promise when you get here, I'm not going to say, oh, by the way. Wheelchair would be perfectly fine, Colleen. I'm wheelchair friendly. My bench, it has a electric motor and it slides up and down. She's doing good, Gross. Tracy Gent, yeah. Gen X, yeah. You're in Washington. There you go. Daisy girl. Yep, don't let a wheelchair stop you from entering. I can make that happen. My entire studio is wheelchair friendly. It doesn't look like it, but it is. Because Fiery Mom has to get around too. Amanda, really? I've never heard that, Amanda. No way. All right, so here we go. We're going to melt it up and twist it around. Why do I have a feeling this is amber purple or something? It doesn't look right, but we're going to use it anyway. All right, we got to twist all this up. And there we go. So that I do have to be careful when I pull this off. I've got to try and keep that little twist right at the end here as tight as possible, or it's going to create a little window. I don't want a window. I don't want it transparent all the way through. I want to keep it a little bit tight right there. So we got to make that little termination right there as small as possible while bringing the color to the center. So Stephanie was saying I should make wands. And I thought, remember I've been talking about doing wands for a while? What do y'all think about that? I don't know. I don't know if anybody would want a wand. I just don't know. Where am I from? My mother. Where are you from? So I was thinking I should probably take a serious look at doing those. I have to figure out what style and what it would look like and what's involved with it, but I think I know I could do it. I just don't know what people would expect on that. So I guess I'm asking in crowd here, in chat. Are you talking like Harry Potter wands, fairy wands? I don't know. Telling two of your friends about me? Hopefully it's good things. Maybe that's why my nose was itching. That's probably why, Daisy girl. Wizard wands. Yes, wizard wands would be cool. You can purchase my products at thefieryguy.com or starrynightglass.com. All right, we got a little problem here. Got a malfunction. I got to fix it. She's doing good, Deb. So there's a big air bubble in it. Now, normally an air bubble wouldn't be a problem. But what happens when the air bubble is close to the surface, as I heat it, it creates a bubble on a bubble. And then when it cools, it caves in. So it will create a divot in there and not be pretty. So we're going to have to pop it out. We're going to have to bring it out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you the air bubble, but I'm going to try and show you. This is stuff that, things you don't get to see normally. There it is. So right, oh man, you're not going to see it. Right in that little zone right there, right towards the bottom where that little white swirl is, you'll see a little air bubble. Right there. And if I don't get that out, it will ruin the whole piece. Because, as I said, when the heat expands, it's going to expand that bubble outward. And then when it cools off, it actually caves in. So I got to alter this a little bit. And the way you get a bubble out is you push it like a pimple, kind of. Like that. And then that little spot there, I'm going to create a little twist. There we go. So it's a happy little accident, to be honest. We're going to create happy little accident here. Make sure there's no more bubbles. All right, we're good. You want a wand? Yeah, Stephanie said wands would be cool, and that's what I'm saying. I do have to make them generic. Yes, I can't do anything that is a copyright. Do you make good money? Did you go to school? I went to school, but not for this. I started this because of my mother, who started when I was 2 years old. So I grew up with it. But yes, I went to school, and yes, I do pretty good with it. I live on a lake, but I don't own a Ferrari. That'll give you a good. Give you a good reference. All right, so let's get this thing around. What's up, Diane? How are you? All right, here we go. So we're going to round this back out. We're in total test pilot phase right now. So when I refer to test pilot, it means that the items I'm making will either be amazing and superhero status, or they're going to crash and burn. No in between. Doing good, Diane. Good to see you on here. And we are looking really good on this. It's probably the longest marble I've made in a long time. I've just been sitting here jamming around. I've been jabbering. But I like talking to you guys. I like talking to all of you. It's kind of fun. Get to talk and work. This is looking pretty beautiful. Question? Yes. I have answers. All right. Yeah, we're looking really good here. You guys picked out some good colors. I've got a good voice? I don't think so. I got to tell you, when I go through and edit my videos, I cringe at my voice. But I think we all think we sound different than we really do. I think that's common with everybody, that when you hear your own voice, you're like, really? No. I feel that way. If I had a voice, if I had my choice of voices, I would sound like Wolfman Jack. Wolfman Jack would be awesome. Yeah, you can still do that, Diane. Yeah, I would love to have that Wolfman Jack voice. And I do have, I see my microphone's pretty far away, but if I get it right here, we can get that dark voice going. Sorry, I'm having fun. I am just having fun. All right, let's pop it over here. And then we got to burn it off. We're making a test pilot marble. Test pilot means we're experimenting with color styles and things. And it either becomes a hero marble or style or item, or it's going to crash and burn. So it's one of the two. I've got the voice of Hellboy, kind of. Well, I guess I'll take that. At least you didn't give me a Pee Wee Herman voice. I have no problem. Pee Wee Herman was pretty smart, but I wouldn't want his voice. Paul Rubens. All right, so last little bit, we're going to get this round, and I'm going to show you with the flashlight. We hope we should see this. You should do mega marbles. The biggest marble I make nowadays is 3 inches. That's as big as I go. I did a 4.5-inch marble once, and it literally burnt my chest from the radiating heat. It was too much heat. It's just too much. So 3-inch is about as big as they go. Sometimes they jump up to about 3 1/4, you know, but I don't go any bigger. I know that they made a 7.5-inch marble out of borosilicate, but they did it on a glass-blowing lathe, and it actually warped the lathe from the heat. Yeah, you want to look through the lens? I got you. I got you. Yeah, when I did the 4.5-inch marble, it burned the hell out of my chest. That's why I've never done it again. That was for a customer, and I said, no more. I'm done. I don't care how much money someone offers me. I'm not doing it. I have my limits. No, it didn't burn the apron. It burned my chest. The apron's pretty fireproof. All right, so this is the material my glasses are made out of. Now, a lot of people say, why don't you use it on the camera lens? Because of this. Watch that marble down there. Gone. Can't see it anymore. So if I had this on the camera lens, you guys would not see anything hardly. See? So that's why I don't use it on the camera lens. But the one in the corner, the one that's in the top corner, does actually have a filter on it. It has a very light filter. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, the little camera in the top corner. Here we go. Ready? Magic. And there's the magic. See? Beautiful. There we go. Sorry, I'm in a weird-ass mood tonight. You guys got me on spicy, funky, Jason. You got me on spicy. I'm on spicy mode. All right, last little pass here. Oh, that's a little close. I don't want to do that. But that's why I don't use the camera lens, because a lot of stuff would disappear. You wouldn't see anything. Yeah, the little top camera's kind of hidden up there, right? I'm testing it out. But yeah, that's the side view, so that's coming from this angle. And that's what you see from the side. My kiln is right here. This is where everything goes. Just kind of testing it out. Now on the vertical or the horizontal stream that I have, it's much bigger. So when I get into the horizontal streams, we'll have 3 cameras on there. All right, so we're going to have to show this off, okay? We're going to have to show it off. We're going to bring in the light. Let there be light. Thank you for the alien heads. Oh my God, thank you, Miss V. Thank you for the alien heads. I love that. That's like one of my favorite gifts on here. All right, here we go. Ready? Here comes some reveal. There we are. Now when this cools off, you're going to see everywhere that looks brown, it's going to be pink. And you can see the purple, the white, and the green running through that. Now the green is a little bit brown too. Kind of has that Jupiter effect right now. Bring it way back here. There we go. Too close. So yeah, that is some beautiful color combo. I don't know if the uranium's going to show up right now. No, it's not. Put a little laser on it. Look, that's what Fritz goes nuts with, that little laser. Fritz loves that laser beam. Fritz goes, oh my God, a laser. Starts running out there. So this is how you get it off the marble. This is the most incredible tool that is from Dragonfly Creation. And we take it, and this is how you get it off the stick. Like that. Then you smooth it out. Smooth. Oh man, I'm being goofy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm being a little goofy tonight. All right, give me 1 second. I definitely have to get something to drink. So just give me a second. I'm gonna pop that in the kiln, and I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just grabbing a drink. Had to get that in the kiln first. Oh, there you go, Tyann. Okay, so this next marble, we're again going test pilot phase. This one is going to be amazing. So we're going to use electrum, gold fuming, and a little uranium, and we're going to toss it into an amazing swirl. All right, got my iced tea in. We're good. Okay, so this next one is going to be I don't even know how to describe it. All I can tell you, yeah, gold fuming. This is going to be so unique that if it works, it'll be extremely epic. I mean, like off the hook epic. If it doesn't, it's going in the water bucket. Okay, there is no in between on this one. None whatsoever. We are either making it work or in the bucket it goes. So if you want to stick around for it, you are more than welcome to. In fact, I got to grab some glass. 1 second. I got to grab a specific glass. Hold on 1 second. Be right back. Luckily, the microphone still works, so we're back at the stash. Oh, crap. Maybe I can't get out. Okay, so I needed some skinny rods. Unlike me, skinny rods. So this is how you professionally cut glass. You take little wire nippers and snip, snip. That's how you do it professionally. Okay, so we're going to make an incredible marble. The colors we're going to use are clear, and we're going to use the liquid metal called electrum in there as well. And we're going to gold fume, nothing else. But we're going to do it in all the swirls. And I'm hoping it's amazing. I got you, Daisy Girl. It'll be fun. Yeah. All right, so we're going to grab it here and put these two together. That's a little goofy right there, but it's okay. That's okay. Oh, you know what else? Why not throw some opals in it? You guys want to throw some opals in there? If you want to see some opals in there, type 1 in the chat. I will add opals into it, little crushed opals. If you want to have opals in this particular piece, type 1 in the chat. And I will grab some opals. Oh, awesome, Red Squeak. Oh, we got lots of ones. All right, let me grab opal. Opal. All right, off screen for just a second. I gotta find said opals. If I were opals, I would be not there. Oh, here they are. It's my little opal container. All right, we gotta grab a container for said opals. See one. That's a bit big. I don't want to use a big container for it. Oh, we'll use this. So I'll pop them in here. I don't need a gigantic container for opals. Get rid of this frit for the moment. So this is how I store my stuff. Little plastic things. Oh, I think this is mountain glass. No. Nope. Nope. All right, we're going to use this one. So they come in these little tiny containers. And they're little crushed opals. Not much in here. It's very expensive to do these things too. So inside this little container are little crushed opals. We're going to dump a few in here. There. All right, so we got opal. So, opals, electrum, gold fume. That's all we need. That's all we need. Good night, cruising. All right, you guys ready? This is going to be epic. One. I need to find the right size holding rod here. Okay, you're going to do. Why does my watch keep telling me to stand up? Pisses me off after a while. I mean, I know I'm overweight, but damn. Don't mock me. My watch is mocking me. All right, here we go. So we're going to attach. So the first thing is we got to get the opals all the way in the middle area. It is kind of nagging. The only reason I have this watch, this is God's honest truth, the only reason I bought this particular watch is for the satellite SOS option. That's it. That's the only reason I have this watch. Just in case I get stuck somewhere, I have the satellite option. Say, come pick me up. All right, so we're going to push this together a little bit. Then we're going to bring it down this way. We're going to kind of let gravity pull it off as far as separating it. Like that. Now, opals generally are not very friendly with the glass. So they create a little bit of a stiff version in there. It makes it much harder to move around. It's a gas. It's oxygen and propane for the torch. Okay, here we go. So we're going to pop it in. We're going to grab the opals off here. I'll mark it right here. This little, it's mocking me. There we go. It was mocking me. All right, here we go. So we're going to grab it. We're going to dip it in, grab some opals. We're going to mix it in. We're going to do this several different layers. So we're just going to come in and grab it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them on there too well. They're a little darky, fuzzy looking stuff, kind of like my hair. We're going to blend it, push it in. It's kind of like my self-portrait. What's up, Jester? Yeah, it's kind of like my self-portrait. Okay, so we're going to bring it in, and we got to kind of taffy pull this. I'm going to add a little bit more. I need a little bit more in there. Pick up some more opal. Okay, so we got the opals mixed in there. So next is to kind of do what's called a taffy pull. And a taffy pull sounds exactly like what it is. We'll bring it out and pull it like taffy. There was a place in Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in California that was saltwater taffy. And I loved that place. I used to sit there and watch the guy for hours making taffy. And this reminds me of that so much. Now the thing is, we're going to trap a few air bubbles in here, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind it in here. It's going to look kind of natural. Why the big rod on the right hand and the small one on the left? This one is the mass that I'm using. The one over here is just my control rod. So it's my control rod keeping control of the glass. This is my glass that I'm adding on. What's up, Lassie? And one more pull. Pull. So like I said, looks like pulling taffy or candy. And there we go. That should be enough right there. Now we're going to start spinning it into I don't know, cylindrical shape. We're not doing a marble yet. We're doing a cylindrical shape. Problem is this rod is super short and it gets hot. And it's not hot because heat is traveling down the rod. It's hot because of the fiber optic effect that's taking place. Oh man, it is hot. I'll show you exactly what I mean here in a minute. I should have known better. All right, we're good. So what happens on these? Miss V, thank you for the mystery box. Mama Stephen Sam, thank you for the heartbeat. So what happens on this is when the rods get really short, this end right here, it lights up from the glare of the torch. And that actually makes it like a magnifying glass. I'm going to show you, it gets a little bright. So fair warning ahead of time, it gets very bright in the screen. So if you are sensitive to bright lights, don't look at it. So keep your eye right there, and this will burn you, just like a magnifying glass. So I'm going to pop it in here. In fact, I'm going to use a smaller flame. Now keep your eye on that. And that is what will burn you right there. You're a blacksmith? Awesome! I want to try your job someday. I'd love to try blacksmithing. There we go. See how bright that is? That'll burn you all day long. Yeah, I just want to try blacksmithing. I'd be terrible. I already know it. But I want to do it just to have fun. Test out the material. It's just like a laser. Exactly. So that's why you heard me kind of going, eh. No, I don't wear gloves. So unlike metal, glass does not transfer any heat. In fact, look at this. Not even my torch gets hot. Okay, that's my hand millimeters away from 4,000 degrees. So the equipment and everything's very safe. All right, so next stop, we got to add in the electrum. But yeah, that is part of how cool my torch is. The torch is actually cold. It's not hot at all. It's a pretty amazing little option there. No, glass does not conduct heat at all. Zero. It's a great insulator, horrible conductor. All right, I'm going to grab a quick drink before we get fully started in this, so give me 1 second. Actually, we're going to Mountain Dew it. Cheers. A little caffeine jolt. All right, here we go. So we're going to add in the liquid metal glass called Electrum. Electrum is one of the newer glasses this year, and it looks like liquid metal. So it has this kind of silvery bronze look to it. But when we get it fully engaged, oh my God, the opals. I forgot we put opal. You guys want to see the opals ahead of time? Oh my God, it looks cool. I'm going to try and get it close. I don't know if you can see all those little green opals flying in there. Oh, let's go this way. Little green opals floating around in there. Green and blue. So those are all the opals. Little air pockets and some opals. That's way better than I thought. Okay. Next stop, electro. So we're going to do what's called a spin trail on this. A spin trail is one of the easiest and most effective ways to add color. But when you're learning, it's not so easy. Learning to do this particular style is difficult. But once you do learn it, it is an absolute dream to work with. So you're basically spinning and trailing the color on. Hence the name, spin trail. Spin trail. I should do a tulip out of that opal. That would be really pretty. Crushed opal tulip. That would be amazing. Crushed opal tulip. I bet you I could do it. I could definitely do a rosebud. You bumped what by accident, Miss V? That's all. Don't ever apologize. You're all good. You're all good, Miss V. All right, so we got the colors done on here. So the next stop, gold fume. All right, we're going to gold fume it. All right, fingers are cramping. All right, what's the question, Littlefoot? Heaps of fire, so I'm getting ready for evacuation. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm trying to see what Littlefoot said. I can't see it. I can't see it, sorry. All right, so we're going to add gold. Oh, I don't know. I didn't see it, Miss V. If it did, I'm sorry I didn't see it. All good. All right, so we're going to add gold on here. This is pure gold. It is 0.9999 pure gold. And what happens is the gold superheats in the flame. There's a little tiny negative right there. As it superheats in the flame acts like a conduit and carries it to the item up here. So the gold is going to transfer from this rod up to here via the flame as a vapor. It is a process called fuming. And because of the price of gold, it's getting way more expensive to do this. So I don't know how long I'm going to continue gold fuming. Unless I have to raise the prices on gold. So right now the gold is vaporizing onto the item. Oop, there we go. I finally got it engaged. There we go. We're looking good. And we're gold fumed. I'm going to pop this back in the kiln so it doesn't fall off. Because it is pure gold. And there we are. So now you can see that it has that gold plating on it. See how it changed the color completely? We're going to bring the flashlight back out and show you again. And boom. Now you can see that gold. But through it, it has a purpley pink look through it. See that? So next stop, we're going to mix it all up. I know, I thank you for saying Bob Ross. Bob Ross is like a superhero of mine. I love being compared to Bob Ross. Nobody can match Bob Ross, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to trap all this gold just by laying clear down. We're not designing yet. We're just trapping gold in here. I'm not trying to do any designs right now. I just want to trap it. So everywhere I'm putting this clear rod on top of the main object, it traps it. Kind of like putting tinfoil in between two sheets of glass. So we're basically enveloping it in glass. Everywhere I'm not putting it, the gold will burn off. And it will pretty much disappear. Yeah, the Bob Ross wig was cute, but nobody got into it. That didn't go over so well. I still have my Bob Ross wig for my Bob Ross tribute. And there we go. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we trapped enough. I think we're all good. Are you taking off, Miss V? Have a good one. Thank you for hanging out, Miss V. I love seeing you. I would love to be the Bob Ross of the glass world. That would be like the biggest compliment anybody could ever give me. Being Bob Ross, I would love to be the Bob Ross of the glass world with Wolfman Jack's voice. That would be amazing. Little hybrid. Okay, so now we got all that trapped in there. Everywhere the line is running down, that's where the gold is trapped. Everywhere it is not, it is going to get burned off. So we're going to start spinning this thing around, create happy little swirls. We're going to do Bob Ross right now, happy little swirls. I'm going to show you happy little swirls. I do actually have a squirrel. I'm not kidding. People that know me know that I have a squirrel here. His name is Chippy, and he comes in and hangs out in my studio. Thank you so much for the super chat. Allie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do have a squirrel. His name's Chippy. And he comes in and he sits right over there and he watches me. He's not scared. And then I feed him peanuts. I don't know if it's safe to feed squirrels peanuts, but I think it is. All right, here we go. We're going to make happy little swirls. And tonight we got a happy little swirl going. And then on the inside of this piece, we have opals. So we put, the very first thing we did on this is we added opals, like little opal chips. And they are manufactured opals, technically called Gilson opals. They're actually made out of this type of glass. That's why they're called Gilson opals. They're grown in a lab. Natural opals would actually vaporize. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the happy little swirls. Ready? Here we go. So there are the lines, and then there are the happy little swirls. I'm going to superheat it again so you all can see that. It's a very quick flash when it'll show up and then it disappears. See the little swirls? And then as it cools, it's going to kind of disappear. But you can see the happy little swirls. Maybe I should make happy little trees on Bob Ross tonight. Happy little trees would be cool. Thank you so much. Thank you for the peanuts for Chippy. Oh my God, who is that? Base Sticks. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will definitely get some peanuts for Chippy. I think he comes in 2 times of the year. Chippy comes in. Chippy comes in when it's really cold and hangs out, I think, because it's really cold. And then when it's super hot in the summer, Chippy comes in. I'll try and get a video of Chippy. He just sits right there. I just have to make sure Fritz stays away, because Fritz will chase him, and I don't want anything to happen. But yeah, I have a little squirrel. My neighbor had put out a squirrel trap. I don't know what happened to the squirrel trap. It just suddenly disappeared one day. I don't know what happened to it. It just kind of, poof, disappeared. We're making a marble, and this is custom. It contains a glass called electrum, which is very similar to a liquid metal. And then we gold fumed it, which is pure gold vaporized into the glass. Or onto it, not into it. Now it's into it. But before we did that, we added crushed opals to it. So there are little tiny crushed opals. There's the liquid metal glass, and then the gold. I don't know what the exact combination is going to look like. So tonight is if you saw the title of my live stream, it's called Test Pilot. When I do random things that I'm experimenting with, I call it Test Pilot. Because I don't know if the glass is going to survive, what it's going to look like. It's either going to look really, really good and amazing, or it's going to go in the trash, meaning it's going to crash and burn. So that's why I call it Test Pilot. All right, we're getting happy little swirls in here, and then I'm going to show you the happy little swirls in a second. I'm going to need another rod because we're going to definitely have to work that in there. But all those dark spots are where the liquid metal is. I kind of have to weed them down a little. It's too chunky right there. But I love showing in stages, so I like showing the stages of how I do things. And there, you can kind of see the liquid metal effect going on in there. And the pink will be in there very soon. I'm trying to get a really good shot of it there. Now, those aren't the true colors just yet. It's going to look even better. We just have to break it down. So this is kind of phase one of it. Now we're on phase two. This should add a lot of depth to it and create some amazing stuff. You would like to see the chunk of gold that you used a moment ago? It's just a little tiny chunk. I can show you the coin I cut it off with, or I cut it from. I use a Canadian maple leaf. That is the coin, if you are familiar with coins. Canadian maple leafs are, I think they're the purest metals out there. I never had a problem with one. Like the American Gold Eagle is gold, but it's 0.999, okay? The Canadian Maple Leaf is 0.9999. There's one extra 9 at the end. I don't really know if it matters. But on a fuming prospect, it does matter because the color is different on an American Eagle versus the Canadian Maple Leaf when I vaporize it. So there definitely has to be a little bit of a difference in there. So yeah, that's kind of how it does. How it does its thing. All right, so we're just kind of putting the happy little swirls in here. I don't know. Do you guys think I should show... Do you think I should put a little uranium in it? We're so uranium focused. You think I should do happy little uranium swirls? Like, you won't really see it unless there's a black light. It'll be kind of disappearing. Should I throw some uranium in it? Give it a little blacklight mystery. I mean, this marble already has the opal and the gold and the electrum. But I'll throw some uranium in there if you think. Okay, a little bit more on this clear. It's just a sudden hint of it. It won't affect the color. Only under black light. And one more little spot here. There we go. All right, we're looking good. So we can put the uranium in there just for a little bit. I mean, it won't show up that much. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to show, but it's not showing on here. So the uranium will be kind of like an Aurora Borealis look. So on the back of this marble is a tiny little bit of uranium. I'm going to try and focus it right. See those little hints of green coming through? That's what I'm talking about. Little wisps of green. You won't see it at all, though. Amber purple would throw the color off. Yeah, amber purple would definitely throw the color off. It would mix differently with the gold. So amber purple would be a no-no on this one. Okay, we're going to use a little bit of uranium. Not much. We're going to pull it into a stringer. And we'll toss it in there very lightly. So we're just going to grip it here. Like that. And we're just going to kind of buzzsaw it in. There. Then we'll take some clear and mix it in there, and you won't even notice it. It'll be like it never even happened. It'll be all good. Littlefoot, thank you so much. No, it won't make it brown. You won't even see the uranium unless there's a black light. Yeah, you won't even see it. Only black light will reveal it. It's kind of like looking at the little hidden gems in a money, like the dollar bills and the hundreds. See those little holograms in there? That's all it will be. Or if you were my age back in the day and you went to the club and you used to get a hand stamp from the club, you get a little hand stamp on there that you couldn't get off for 4 days. Yeah, like that. Okay, got a little bit there, and there's the other uranium. It's just going to be a subtle hint. I mean, it's really not going to be super visible. All right, one more little section. Right here. And then we're going to start getting it into a marble. Got enough color. All right, we're good. So on the inside of this is the opals. We have crushed opals on the inside. And then we have electrum, which is the liquid metal, gold fuming, and now a little uranium. All this bouncing through it. So at the very beginning, I'm going to take this little section here. It's very unorganized, discombobulated. See, doesn't look very good. We're going to take that and we're going to spin it up. Thank you so much. Bayo, thank you. Joe, thank you. Or Joel, I can't see it. Joy, I can't even see that. Sorry, Bayo, I appreciate the jewels though. All right. I got to get a drink. My voice is drying out. Sorry, 1 second. There, much better. We're making a giant, well, not a giant marble, about 2 inches. And that will have a custom pattern to it, and it's going to look amazing. The marbles are really cool. They make really nice desk ornaments. They also work really good if you're in an environment where you got to be typing all the time and you have to step away, but you want to look like you're typing. So you take the marble, put it on your keyboard, and it still depresses the key, so it makes you look like you're working. And when your boss comes around, you just take it off the keyboard and pop it back on the stand like it's a, it's a desk ornament. So it's a little hidden keyboard buddy. Little stealthy thing. All right. Little thing that I forgot. So my lenses in my glasses are very specific. And what they do is they filter out certain light spectrums. And I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to bring this filter in front of the flame. And you're going to see exactly what I see. Okay, ready? So we're going to bring it in. And this is how I can see what's going on in my world. Okay. Then we pull it away. Bring it back. So it filters out a lot of light. We'll even go down here. This makes it even more visible right here. See how the flame is kind of going up above? You can see the orange, but below it, it's gone. There we go. Like that. So that is one of the ways I'm able to see what I'm doing. All right, so let's get this into a round marble. So these are the test pilots for 2026. I will probably do a little video of them, and I'll let you guys vote as to what you so far have liked on what we're making. Get to pick the colors for 2026. I got a whole bunch of fun stuff planned for this year for 2026. I'm just excited to get going. I think it's going to be an amazing time with it. All right, here we go. So we're going to start putting it into the mold. This is what shapes the marble. There are these little molds here. Now, one of the things I'm not going to do is I'm not going to force it. Okay, I'm just going to let the glass, see, just letting it self-drip. Little nice, gentle drip right there. And we start getting a shape to it. Almost looks like a gear shift knob right now. And then we're going to bring it back out and start shaping it a little bit more. And after that, we're going to switch sides and get this end rounded up too. So now we come to a smaller mold like this. And we got it nice and round. So the next step is we got to switch it over to the other side, the holding rod, and then we start getting that end round. Dusty, don't ever apologize. You're all good, my friend. Thank you, Dusty. No need to apologize. We are all good. All good in the hood. And if I wanted to be a punty, I would be right here. There we go. So now we're going to put a holding rod on the other side so I can finish it out and make it round over there. I know it looks like a gear shift, right? Doesn't it look like a gear shift knob before I get too far? I have made them for cars too. I have made gear shift knobs. Thank you, Dusty. I appreciate you. I have not completely shown the marble. I have shown the marble. It's down here, but I will, after I finish this marble, if you want to stick around for a little bit, I'll do a little more detail of that one from yesterday. How much pressure do you use while spinning mold? 0. I don't use really any pressure. The weight of the glass is enough. And sometimes that might even be too much. You don't want to push into the mold or it will divot in there. It'll create a crease. And you definitely don't want that. So glass needs to be manipulated like you're petting a puppy, not like you're angry at it, like it owes you money. You pet it like a puppy. All right, there we go. Oh, man. Oh, this color's looking good. Uh-oh. This color's looking awesome. I don't really want it to look super awesome because it's got gold. And we all know how much gold is right now. But of course it's going to look epic. Fancy marble. Yep. Semi-paperweight. So I think we're going to have to engage the wand idea, get that kind of organized. We'll start looking at doing some wands for 2026. Okay, that's annoying. And one of the things I've been wanting to try and accomplish are keycaps for a computer, for like a keyboard. So the top, what is it? Escape key? Yeah. So the top left escape key, I know a lot of people collect keycaps for their keyboards. I really want to try one out of glass. I think that would be awesome. But that has to be so precise. That's the hard part. But yeah, keycap for a keyboard would be amazing. And my only other concern is the weight of the glass versus like a plastic that the keys are. Frosty, what's happening? All right, so we're melting this in. I'm going to use the filter while we're melting it in. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to get the flashlight ready. Okay. Need 1 second here, and I'm going to grab a quick drink. Sorry. It's getting warm now. Normally it doesn't. All right, so we're going to bring the filter in one more time. And there we go. So that is how I see the world. Like that versus that. All right, so now we're going to start bringing it in. I don't want to get rid of those opals. Again, no pressure, just kind of let the weight, see I'm just 2-fingering it right here. Just kind of let the weight start doing its job. Not a whole lot of pressure. There we are. We're looking really good here. I'm going to show you kind of like the little hidden secret. I don't know why, but this looks like frickin' Batman. The back of this marble looks like Batman. Right there. Looks like the bat signal. I'm not kidding. See, this is why you don't want to be me. You do not want to be in my mind. because I see the bat signal out of stuff. You definitely don't want to be me. My mind is always going all over the place. Okay, here we go. But yeah, it looks like the damn bat signal, right? Right there. Little version of it. That's definitely a one-off, the bat signal. I know, that's what I'm saying. I just saw it, I was like, that really looks like Batman, the bat signal. But I can't call it that. I'd get my ass sued. So one of the things I did on here is I left this top open a little bit. See how it's got a lot less color right there versus the rest of this? There's a specific reason why I did that. Because it has opals on the inside of the marble, I wanted to make sure that we had access to the inside of the marble for the opals. So it still has color, but it has a lot less in the center up there, so that you're able to visually see all the opals down in there. There's still color running through it though. So I kind of wanted to leave a little bit of a open transparency in there. And we're going to reverse it one last time. I think we only need to do this one more time here. Yeah, you can definitely see all the opals in there. Wow, it looks good. Oh my God. Really? I'm going to try and show you. I'm going to try and show you. I don't know if it's going to work. Okay. We're going to really pinpoint this here. I am so sorry if it doesn't. Okay, there we go. There the opals. See the little green specks in there, the green and blue? Oh man. Trying to angle it. Bring it way up here. Green and blue specks. I got to angle it towards the camera. There we go. So there's little green and blue speckles in there. The opals. Oh my God, it's awesome. Well, let me see if I can turn this down. There. One more time. There we go. Yeah, that looks 100% awesome. Wow. I did not expect that visual on it. Not that type of visual. Not a bit. Okay, there we go. So this will be the last punty. We're going to come to the other side. And then we're going to round it all. Yeah, they look beautiful in there. This is like a little treasure chest. And if someone knew how to build a kaleidoscope, this would be the perfect ball to put on the end of a kaleidoscope. There are people that make these stained glass kaleidoscopes where they have a little loop on the end and you can put a ball there. If you wanted a really cool project, you buy this ball and you have someone make the kaleidoscope for it. Honestly, it'd be one of the best, most incredible present type things you could ever hope for. Yeah, it would definitely be a kaleidoscope friendly piece. I got to get rid of this little lumpy bump. There's a person on eBay that makes the kaleidoscopes. eBay or Etsy, I don't remember which one. And they're stained glass. They're like triangle kaleidoscopes. And I've been thinking about trying to contact them to have them make me some kaleidoscopes that I could put the marble together and sell it as a package, but they're a little expensive. The kaleidoscopes themselves are like $200 each. So that would mean it would be a pretty expensive piece with the marble. But I was thinking of contacting them and seeing if they would work out a little bit of a deal for me to buy multiples all the time. And then I could custom fit the marbles in there. They could use whatever colors they want, and I'll match what they make. But I think it's on Etsy. I think it's Etsy that they have the kaleidoscopes. They're just called glass kaleidoscopes. Yeah, I don't have time to make mine. I really don't. You know. Look at my hair. I don't even have time to really style my hair. So I don't have any extra time to make kaleidoscopes. That's why I have this haircut. I just kind of do that and I'm done. 5 seconds. Oh, this marble's so freaking beautiful. This is definitely going in the lineup. I'm 100% this is going in the lineup. So tomorrow I do 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. Oh, you can make them? That would be amazing. 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, I will be making a couple memorial marbles. And the one I'm doing is an opal base. It's got the opals on the inside. And then we do what's called pink petals, like gold fume on the marble and lay dots down. And we turn it to like a pink petal flower. So tomorrow will be a good day if you want to watch daily production. Tomorrow would be a good day. This is one of my favorite tools, Dragonfly Creation on here. She makes these really wonderful tools. If you're a glassblower and you don't have this, you're missing out. And we're going to get Red Squeak to come around and create a photography album. I'm going to bug her until she does. Because I like promoting Grove's Glass Gallery, and we got Dragonfly Creation mods on here helping me out all the time with their own sites. Red Squeak, you need to get a photo album. You're an awesome photographer. Got to get you in check there. All right, here we go. Tap. Off it comes. Man, this is so beautiful. I can't even tell you. For me, when I see it, it's different. Here we go. So here's the little reveal. I don't know if you can see all those colors bouncing through there. I'm going to talk a little soft here. There's a little golden swirl, but that's going to be pretty pink too. And we're going to come to the other side that way. Then I'm hoping you can see the opals. I'm trying to angle. I'm having a hard time here. Yeah. There. Little opals in there. It's really hard to show it. They are definitely in there, though. I mean, super intense opal. We're definitely getting a video of this tomorrow. This one's going to be awesome. We made 3 incredible marbles tonight. 3 beautiful, incredible marbles. I am so happy that we did that. They look fantastic. I do want to try one more little bit. If you guys want to hang with me for a little while, I'm going to try just an opal marble. So no other color to it, no nothing, just opals in it. We're just going to try straight up opals. Cheers. Mountain Dew for the win. All right. Let's do it. What do you guys say? If I can get the glass to stop shooting at me. Yeah, we're just going to do straight up opal. Nothing else. Opals and marbles. I don't know if this is going to be usable. Hold on. I may have to take a cleaner to it. It looks a little dusty. I don't want to chance it. Not with a pure opal. We're going to use this. This should be clean. Yeah, this is clean. So yeah, we're going to do just straight up opal. I know, Dr. Pepper. I had Mountain Dew. I have to drink Diet Mountain Dew or no sugar Dr. Pepper. Me and sugar don't get along at all anymore. We just don't get along. All right, so we're going to take this here. We got the opals in here. We got to spread them out. This is going to be a little difficult in some respects, though, because I got to kind of mix it in there and not make it too airy. All right, there is some funky on some of these rods. I don't know what that came from. That is not good, though. I'm going to try one more here, and if not, I got to grab a cleaner and clean it. Let's see if that taps off. Okay. All right, this one's okay. It's like something got sprayed on my glass rods. It's a little off. There was like something on there. What's up, KL? How are you doing? Good to see you. A&W root beer. I can't find A&W root beer around here. Every time I order it, they're like out of stock. Everywhere. It's like an A&W, mafia took it off the shelves or something. How you doing, KL? So good to see you. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to dip it into the opals. They're little tiny crushed opals. Now these opals are commonly referred to as Gilson. Sorry, my voice is still going. They're called Gilson, Gilson, Gilson opals. And they are manufactured in a lab. They're grown. And they're the only opals that can really be encased in glass because they are lab grown. A natural opal has like 90% water. So if you went to go put it in glass, it would just poof, vaporize. It's been a rough month. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's been for me too. I haven't been on TikTok in a while. I had been, and some butt munch tried turning me in for dangerous activities. So I had to fight it for a little bit, but everything's been good. I'm back, obviously. I got a few haters out there. And that's okay. You can't please everybody. All right, here we go. We're going to pop it back in and get the rest of these opals up. I don't know if you can see the little opals on there. That little fuzzy stuff are all the little tiny crushed opals. You prefer barks? No, that works. I like root beer. I really like root beer. I think it's a fantastic beverage. I thought about trying to make my own. I guess there's kits you can make your own. Well, I'm happy to see you, Kale. Let's make your night better. Yeah, I think there are kits, like beer making kits, but you can buy root beer kits. I believe it's not very much different. And then there's a sarsaparilla. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a sarsaparilla company. Oh my God, that was really good. It was expensive too, but worth it. All right, so right now we're folding these opals in here. And we're trying to mix them all around. New sup. Thank you for 7. I appreciate that. All right, so we're just mixing the opals up right now. I know it looks very boring, but I'm trying not to trap too much air in here. Dad's root beer? I haven't tried that either. Maybe I should make a fiery root beer. Fiery root beer. I did have some root beer one time. Again, it was more on the sarsaparilla, but it was kind of spicy. It was like a spicy root beer. I mean, it was potent. All right, I think we might be good. We're mixing all these opals up. I can already see them in here. They look really good. You remember the 60s? Did we make you a birthday cake? We got to make you a birthday cake. Actually, let's do something different than a birthday cake. We'll make you something exotic. That didn't sound right. Something different. All right, sorry guys. I am really taking my time with this. Crushed opals are not the cheapest material to add into glass, so I got to be really careful with it. I don't want to have this go to waste. So I am taking a little more time than normal on this. I apologize for that ahead of time. We're going to do just a little bit more. I want to try and get this close to a 2-inch size. But I don't want to trap a lot of air. I don't want to really trap any air if I can avoid it. There we are. We're looking good. I think we're okay now. We should be close to the 2-inch mark. We should be okay now. All right, we're going to start burning this off a little bit. All right, there we go. We're all rounded up right there. We're going to use the marble mold and try and get it looking epic. Uh-oh. Yeah, Red Squeak and Grove's got trees. I do make custom pieces. Yeah, we'll have to do something different, Kale. Let's make something odd. I know you like different stuff, too. My day is going freaking fantastic. Thank you for asking. I woke up this morning, looked in the mirror, got my first laugh of the day. It couldn't get any better. All right. Ooh, that's a little shallow. We're going to start using this here. We're going to start getting the roundness going. We should be able to see the opals very good in here. And yeah, it's looking fantastic. Nope. There's a little fuzzy on here. Something was in the marble mold. I hope not an opal. I'm going to bring it up. You might be able to see that little fuzz right now. Let me see if I can get it highlighted right there. I don't know if it highlighted it. We got to scrape it off just a tiny bit. Hold on one second. I'm not going to go through all this work and then have a little flaw. Just have to pull it off. It's surface, whatever it is. It's a surface issue. There we go. And we're good. We're going to transfer it to another rod here, and we're going to get it into a round form. I think this is going to be an absolutely incredible piece, and it's a minimalistic. So it's just clear glass and crushed opals. I don't know if you'd need anything else with it. I really don't. Yeah, I think we're good on that. So we're going to transfer it over and see if we can't get this thing looking like $1 million. So we're going to taper this off and bring it out. All right, here we go. So now we just have to burn it off here and get it round. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We are making a marble. Now this one in particular has just clear glass and crushed opals in it. The opals are lab created, so they are not like genuine opals, but they are the closest thing to a genuine opal. And being lab created, they allow us to be able to encase it in glass without shattering or having an issue. So that's what we're doing right there. Then we're going to start tapering it down right now. And we're going to balance it out now. So we're just going to bring it all down and mellow it out now. Oh, you're all good. You're all good, Colleen. Am I related to the late Bob Hargraves? Nope. Does not sound familiar. All right, so we're just trying to get this blended in right now. Right now it's in dragon egg shape. We need to get it just a little more. Oh, we're looking good now. We're getting there. How long have I been doing this? 32 years. 32 years. The difference is I grew up with it, so I've been around it my entire life. I was lucky enough to have grown up with it. We're doing it's a marble. Okay, it's not, doesn't sound like a lot, but this has crushed opals in it, meaning they're lab created opals, little chips. So when you look at it, you should see hundreds of these tiny, tiny little opals floating in here. It should almost look like a galaxy. If I did it right. I'm hoping I did it right. So we're in test, I call this the test pilot phase, where I experiment with different things and it either becomes a hero or a zero. So it's either 100% awesome or it goes in the water bucket and gets trashed. Crash and burn. There's no in between. It's one or the other. I do have a pearlescent finish, absolutely. Yeah, I for sure do. KL. It's actually pretty amazingly awesome. Have an RN Bannerlink want to order something with that finish? Okay, just let me know. I'll take care of it. But message me at thefieryguy.com, KL. Thefieryguy.com. That's my new site. Message me there. But yeah, I definitely have a really cool pearlescent finish. And especially if we put it on white, it looks incredibly good. So for those, we are multi-streaming. So I have TikTok and YouTube going at the same time. So if a conversation doesn't seem like it's making sense, hence that's why. I got to figure out how to do combined chat. I know there's a couple apps out there that I can do combined chat. That would be really good, so y'all could talk to each other. Or see the chat. All right, so we're going to bring this off. It's a little bit out of round right now. I just have to heat it up and get it round. It's a little out of round right here. Just a millimeter or two. So normally this marble would be done, but I know it's out of round, so we just have to bring it in just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but not the little nipple at the top, but right below the nipple down there, you can see it's just a little tall. It's like got a hump to it. So I want to get rid of that. And then this marble will be done. Well, you have to have a good eye on this. But one of the little tricks that I look for is as I'm rotating it, there are lights all over the studio. And they're reflecting off the glass. And if you see the lights kind of do this wavy thing, you know you're not round. In fact, I'll try and bring it over here. We'll use the top portion. Right? Well, it's having a hard time. I'm trying to find a good spot so y'all could see it. But it's pretty round. Right there. So it's just a little minute spot. But what I look for is the reflection off the ceiling or the side. And when it waves, then I know I'm not perfectly round. So that's what I'm trying to get rid of. And sometimes it's only a millimeter, but it does make a difference. It makes the difference between your marble rolling straight and one kind of like it just came out of a bar. You know, ooh. So that's the difference between them. All right, here we go. The drunken marble. The pirate marble, that's what we should call it. All right, who gave me the rock? Kale, thank you for the bubblegum and the rock star. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to be able to show, I'm hoping that we got this looking really good. I really want you to be able to see this. I do. It's going to look incredible. I really want you to see the opals in here. We'll be able to do a video tomorrow, but you all have hung with me to be able to watch this, so I want you to see it before everybody else. That's the beauty of watching the live stream. You get to see it before anyone else. I may even get my big butt up for it. It just told me to stand up too. My watch just literally told me to stand up. All right, here we go. I'm going to try and bring it right into the camera. There's the opals. Can you see them floating in there? All those green and blue opals. Look at that. Is that not just freaking gorgeous? Bring it way out here. There we go. So yeah, there are all the little opals running through. Maybe I can get it even closer. Hopefully I don't melt my camera. But yeah. That's what I wanted you all to see it before everybody else, because you hung with me for the live stream. So I wanted you all to see it first. I don't have a price on this. Yeah, this will definitely be for sale. Message me at Starry Night, or not Starry Night, thefieryguy.com. I don't know how much this will be right now. Stephanie does all the pricing. I promise it won't be $1,000 though. It won't be super expensive. But if I price it, she gets mad. Not mad, but I'm never fair to myself. All right, so we're going to smooth it out. So on the back of here, thank you for the super chat, though, Jerry. Yeah, if you message me and you want to have one of these, I'll have her come up with a price, but I'll make a special price for you guys on here. Just remind me of the special price on live because you watched it being made. And if you want, I will make it for you on live. So if you want to purchase one of these and you want it made on live stream, let me know. And I will mention you and say this is for you specifically. And we will make it for you on the live stream like I am right now. And I will make sure that it is your marble. And we can make it for you, like I said, like right now. Not right this second, but you know what I mean. All right, I'm going to show it to you one more time. I should have a good grip on it now. I was a little worried about it before. I'm trying to get the... There we are. It's really hard to show it, but yeah. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know if you all can see it that well. You'd think I'd know how to work this camera, but it is beautiful. That is a definite keeper and 100% yeah, Universe and Stars. Yeah, that one is definitely a keeper version. No, I don't make any bongs. No bongs, no dongs. Not my thing. I don't have a problem with people wanting them at all. It's just not my thing. Okay, I have been streaming for 3 hours and 5 minutes. I need to take a break. So I don't know if I will be back on tonight. If I am, it'll be random, but I'll definitely be on tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. A lava lamp marble would be cool. I just don't know how to do that yet. Anyway, I'm going to take off, and you all have a good night. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for making my night. KL, it was really good to see you again. Don't be a stranger. And I appreciate you really hanging with me. Even the trolls, I do appreciate you at least being around. And yeah, have a good night. Thank you so much for making my night better.